Hello, I'm Jason, and today I want to talk about squatting and its importance in natural human movement, as it will play a huge role in my new class that's coming up, exploring natural human movement. Squatting is something that we learn to do before we learn to walk and before we even learn to stand. If you've ever had the opportunity to watch a child develop or spend a lot of time around a child as they develop, you'll notice as they're in their crawling phase, they also do a lot of rocking back and forth, which is reinforcing their squat mechanics and teaching them how to squat and move through this triple extension of ankles, knees, and hips, and build strength through that as they learn to crawl until they build the strength to grab onto something, to get onto their feet and pull themselves up from the bottom of the squat up. So as you can see, squatting is something that we literally build from the ground up as we develop, and many of us tend to leave behind as we become adults. And poor squat health in adults tends to lead to poor walking, poor running, and poor jumping as well. Um, People with unhealthy squats generally view squatting as a punishing exercise or mobility drill that they've simply lost the ability to do over the course of normal life, which has involved too much sitting and idleness and poor movement from day to day. Performing the squat well requires mobility and stability through your ankles, knees, and hips, as I mentioned before, as well as good core and spinal stability. So a good healthy squat should look a lot of different ways. It can be a resting movement or waiting position where you're simply relaxing. Maybe it's a little more active where you're digging in your garden or playing with a child. You should be mobile, be able to move and stay low through your squat, and you should be able to relieve yourself and go to the bathroom in this position as well. So improving your squat and function as well as strength has many benefits for your physiological health as well as benefiting your overall athletic potential. The bottom position of the squat is particularly important. Weakness in that bottom position will lead to difficulty going up or down through the movement, and will lead to you making compensations that will lead to dysfunctions and discomfort and pain. One example would be if you're squatting and driving up your hips and then lifting with your back. This may not be too bad with just your body weight, but once you put a barbell or hold something in front of you, that dysfunction will lead to will only be amplified and will lead to discomfort and pain and possibly injury, which is something we really want to avoid. So good squatting is very important for your mobility, your lower body strength, power development, as well as improving that walking, running, and jumping that we mentioned before. Consistent practice with your squat is through with different variables is going to increase your rate of progress. Little and often over the long haul. If you can practice a little bit every day, that's going to help you a lot. You have a lot of opportunities to practice your squat throughout the day. You can practice while you are watching TV, maybe just doing a slow tempo, working on good body position while watching TV, or maybe even while you're scrolling through your cell phone, you can just hold a deep squat position, or anytime you need to pick something up off of the ground throughout the day, just squat down and pick it up rather than bending over like this. So squat down and pick something up. So you have many opportunities for practice in different ranges of motion throughout the day. But always good form if you're squatting with bad form and bad form is your default and you're not working on improving that, that is just a bad squat. Like I said before, will lead to compensations and dysfunctions. So a good squat, like I said, is a resting position, working, mobile, you should be able to play in that position, all kinds of different things. So let's review a few variations and drills to help you move and better through those things and improve your squat health overall. So your basic squat is your just neutral position squat, which is usually toes straight ahead or slightly out around 10 to 15 degrees. Start by just going down into as deep of a squat as you can, practicing in that deep position. You can work on going wider, sliding your feet in and out, going wider or more narrow. For your base of support, you can widen and narrow your knees. Try to move your knees through different ranges of motion. That'll help you develop your bottom position, as well as shifting your weight from side to side. Here. And then also practice slowly elevating your rear and bringing back down and holding in different positions. And then also hold different positions, and you can practice bouncing in a controlled way. Try not to bounce and recoil out of it, but a controlled bounce, rotate, and reach. Like I said, many different variables. Okay? So you can also, in that position, in this low, deep squat position, elevate up onto your toes and back down. Side view. Again, into practice leaning forward, reaching up and back, all different ranges of motion. Practice different bases of support as well. Narrow base, so feet together close as you can, and down as deep as you can again. I'm not as mobile in this position, but all the same things. Slide your feet out, hold that bottom position, slide your feet back in. Okay, widen and narrow your knees. Shift your weight from side to side. Okay, you can do a lot of different things. Also, while you're down here, again, practice lowering and raising your rear through different ranges of motion. Okay, and also that bouncing up and down. Okay, narrow base. You can also do wide base, all the same thing. Practice your moving your feet in and out, different knee positions. Squeeze them, pull them out, squeeze them, pull them out. You can also go down in that deep squat position, shift your weight from side to side, staying low. Okay, also, again, in that wide base squat, practice raising your hips up and down and developing that leg strength. Okay. The other position you have is just a half squat position, where it's more your athletic position. Through this position, you should be able to slide your feet back and forth rapidly. You should be able to turn your knees in and out and move very quickly. You should be able to shift your weight from side to side, as well as work from here to down to back up, and holding in different positions, bouncing in and out, as well as, don't forget, you can practice coming up on your toes here as well. It's very good to help with your balance. So practicing all these drills will lead to increased strength and efficiency in other movements as well, such as your split squat, which is going to reinforce the Turkish get up, which is our baseline movement that we're going for improve, aiming to improve over the course of this class. So your split squat will be reinforced through drills like these and healthy squat movement, as well as extended split squat, or otherwise known as lunging. All that starts with good squat mechanics. So good strong squat can lead to better function in everyday life and in the gym and in sport, and is very important. I hope that you got something out of this video and got some benefit from it, and thanks for watching.